answer for ignorance is education. And we had a real ignorant incident at the school here one day. Remember those shootings we had? That is the reason I introduced Willie Lynch into the classroom. Because we had black on black crime, kids riding on each other. I think one day we had 3 shootings within like a block radius of the school. So I just figured I got to do something. I got to combat this ignorance with education. And we were acting like Willie Lynch wanted us to act. And nobody knew who he was. The kids didn't know who he was. So I said, to change a person's actions, I got to change their thinking. And that was the reason I brought Willie Lynch into the classroom. All right, who wants to tell us who was Willie Lynch?
He was a British slave on the West Indies, right?
British slave over on the West Indies, yes. And what was his theories on slavery and controlling slaves? Anybody want to answer? Go ahead, Dave. Put my thumb on the camera.
He wanted to teach people how to control slavery.
Yes, and what methods did he teach the other slave owners to control our ancestors, our African American slaves?
The light skin against the dark skin, the tall against the short.
Male versus female.
Male versus female.
Old versus young.
Old versus young.
Fat versus skinny.
Fat versus skinny. Almost any difference between 2 individuals he wanted to exploit, he wanted to take advantage of. Do you think Willie Lynch was successful?
No.
Yes.
Yes and yes.
Not really.
Okay, she says no. Let me hear no first.
Because people still doing the same crazy stuff,
So
still saying that. Oh yeah.
So he was successful. Go ahead, Dante. Elaborate.
Huh?
You wanna?
Yeah, cause everything, like his method, it came true. Like
I say no.
People really going against each other.
So what type of ways are people going against each other now, Sophia? Go ahead, answer that. What type of ways are people going against each other now? In Newark.
Gang banging.
Gang banging. Colors. What else? Hoods. Shootings. Now, y'all had a Willie Lynch incident. Y'all cheerleaders.
Oh yeah.
What was that? Want to talk about that?
When our cheerleaders was about to fight the other one.
What, the cheerleaders versus the flag twirlers? The color guard?
Yeah, I thought you saw myself.
Cheerleaders. Was there another Willie Lynch incident? Go ahead, I'm listening. If you want to talk about it, if not, you can keep it.
It kind of hurt a lot.
How so?
Friends and they just arguing over stupid stuff when it could have just been resolved by talking it out.
Okay.
Okay, Hopper, you want to say something?
Nah, she covered my thought.
Crazy.
Has your knowledge of Willie Lynch changed your thinking? And if so, how so? And if not, why not? Anybody want to answer that? Mark, Q, Maul? Go ahead, Hopper.
It changed my thinking because it made me think how a man from all the way back in the 1700s still has his rules laid down to the 2000s in our generation. And it's just crazy.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. Anybody else? Did it change anybody else's thinking?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead,
He
Chip.
needs to succeed in that because everybody not doing the same. Everybody not like gang banging and all that.
Everybody's not gangbanging?
We all from like the same hoods and everybody not doing the same.
So he did succeed. Oh, he didn't succeed. You don't think. But even if 2 people, go ahead, D.
But he wanted everybody, like all the slaves.
You can't get everybody to do something. Everybody got their own.
Yeah, but that's what he wanted. He wanted everybody to turn them all against each other.
So you're saying he had limited success?
It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse.
Why so, Hop?
Because people starting out to care. It's gonna keep getting worse. It's gonna
Jobs.
get worse how it used to be because of the jobs, the money problem. So people keep getting locked up and getting back out. They're going gang bang.
More. Go ahead, more. What does the economy have to do with Willie Lynch? Go ahead. You're on the right track. I love your thinking.
Money issue, like people want me getting laid off, whatever.
So you think people are going to begin to turn toward each other? Yeah.
Start robbing each
Yeah.
Start robbing each
And
other?
also, some black men are locked up. Like 30% of the jails in the country are African American black men, and that's a lot. Saying
85%.
it moved up.
Yeah. Oh, it's
I know.
double that percentage. But go ahead, Hop.
And so it'd be harder for a black man to get a job now and then. Plus, because of racism and because people are going to jail.
Ain't it a money problem right now?
We are in a recession.
$70 billion.
So what do you think is the best way for you to combat, for lack of a better phrase, the Willie Lynch syndrome, which has attacked us all? You know, I have Willie Lynched. You know, I always say I was uncivilized, now I'm civilized. I was very uncivilized. What do you think the number one way to combat that syndrome? Education. Why? Go ahead.
Because the more people start talking about it, that's how it started.
More, what you about to say, brother?
Go for a college degree too.
Yes. The more you educate yourself, the better you will be prepared for success. Absolutely. Have any of you taught Willie Lynch to one of your friends outside of this classroom?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It went okay, but some people just have to learn from their mistakes. Like, you can't always sit there and preach to somebody, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, this right, this wrong. They just gotta learn from their mistakes and what's gonna happen in the real life, I guess.
Some mistakes can be tragic.
And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why they should listen.
And sometimes everybody keep trying to tell anybody about the Willie Lynch. They probably still doing some Willie Lynch things, so it's harder.
I told my uncle about it. He said that you can't change nothing because it's in rules. It's in the blood of everybody.
Do you believe that?
Yeah, I do.
No, I try to convince him because I believe that once people start, like, because it has been left dormant, people just see it as a way of life. But when people start putting it into practice, like some group of people started, maybe in a class, before you know it, the school started, you know, a city, and before you know it, it's all over the place. So it starts with a small group of people.
Spreads like a virus. Ignorance is dangerous. Camille, you wanted to say something, sweetheart?
No, I was just agreeing with what he said about the blood.
But if go ahead, Jamal, before I ask the next question.
We don't have no community. Did nobody come together?
A lack of community. Is that what Willie Lynch wanted? Didn't he want to divide us? Do you think that we are at least in our room, block 3, because we haven't had any fights. Nobody's fought each other. We haven't had any fight. We really haven't had any bad arguments. If you have a bad argument, it's me versus you. So it's not student versus student too much. Do you think?
Maybe not in this class.
Maybe not in this. Okay, why not? Is it something about this class or?
You're not gonna let it happen.
Not that, just like all our other classes, like most of our do work and all that. We do work in here, but like we do less work than we do most of them. Like you real cool with us.
Less work?
Not less work, but like we have more freedom in this class.
All right, well, you're young adults, so I try to treat you like young adults, you know. But when y'all Willie Lynch on each other, like say the N-word, or disrespect our women, or talk about somebody because they dark skinned, or talk about somebody because they light skinned, and then I say, hey, stop Willie Lynching. Does it extend to our Latino community as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're part of us.
They're a part of us. Thank you. They are definitely a part of us. They are definitely a part of us. So where do we go from here with this knowledge of Willie Lynch and what he wanted us to do? Where do we go from here? Do we just leave it in room 345?
Nah, we broadcast it around the world.
We broadcast it, we spread it, we teach it. Remember, what's the antidote for ignorance? Education, knowledge. Knowledge. Just like the antidote for hate is love, the antidote for ignorance is knowledge. One more question. How does learning about Willie Lynch affect you as an individual in terms of your self-esteem? Good, Chip. I'll repeat the question.
Doing this, the Willie Lynch thing, it was one time I went to a party, and then after the party, I was with my friend, but he wanted to stay, and he wanted to stay and watch, like they was arguing or whatever. But I kept trying to tell him to come on, like he didn't want to come. And then I finally got him to come, and then like after a few minutes they started shooting. Like, if I would never told him come on, like, I think it was like he probably would have got shot or something.
So you recognized some Willie Lynch activity and you said, let me get out of here.
Yeah, I tried to.
And a couple minutes later, it was some gun violence. Excellent, excellent. My question was, how does learning about this Willie Lynch syndrome and this whole project we doing, how does it affect you in terms of your self-esteem? Your self-esteem, how you feel about yourself?
It make it bring my self-esteem higher. Because knowing that we know something about Willie Lynch, why not teach it to somebody who's younger than us, who will come up in our generation next, and just tell them about it.
And sometimes we get caught doing some, sometimes we're not thinking and we're doing some foolishness, and we realize who wanted us to act this way? Willie Lynch. We doing just what he wanted us to act. And you can't feel good about yourself when you're acting like the slave master wanted you to act.
But sometimes it calls for that matter to get to that level, though. Sometimes.
Explain, Farad.
Because sometimes something can happen, and then it could be a situation that could get you frustrated and make you say some things that you don't mean, but it just
Absolutely.
bring out some words that wasn't necessary. Though.
That's.
My uncle
Go ahead.
So my brother, he said that it's the human nature to be violent. Like, we don't like each other. So even the whites themselves hate each other. Like, it's just part of us.
To that, I would say we are animals, but we are the highest developed animals, the most sophisticated, the most intelligent. So, we have our lower selves and we have our higher selves. So you must always aspire to be your higher self. That would be my response to that. We got to wrap this up in 30-second style. Anybody want to say one thing interesting about this whole Willie Lynch gig, this whole Willie Lynch project? One thing, how it made you feel, what it made you think, where you going to take it next? One thing, one comment. Anybody? Excellent.
It's sad that it's still going on today, and we need to put an end to that.
This is room 345, Newark, New Jersey, Brick City, at the #1 high school in the city, the brand new and improved Central High. Woo! I got the baddest 11th graders in the city. Woo! I just want to say, love over hate, knowledge over ignorance, and peace. Say peace to the camera, y'all. Peace, love, respect, my God.